XRP has made a lot of gains recently, although other cryptocurrencies have lost their value. Is this the turnaround point for XRP? And what news on the SEC case could damage XRP's rally? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. But first, we are giving away 50 XRP coins at the end of the month to one random subscriber to start on their XRP journey. All you need to do is to like the video, subscribe and comment your thoughts on XRP in the comment section. Welcome back XRP Army. To put it another way, in the 24 hours leading up to Sunday night, the value of the cryptocurrency XRP surged by 8% to $0.9056. What's on the move right now? The value of the cryptocurrency associated with Ripple, Inc. has increased by 9.78% during a 7-day trailing period, according to data from CoinMarketCap. In the previous 24 hours, the value of XRP has increased by 11.57% and 11.59% in comparison to the value of Bitcoin and Ethereum, respectively. For example, XRP has lost 16.07% of its value in the previous 30 days, and it has lost 3.75% of its value in the last 90 days. It is worth noting that the value of XRP has surged by a whopping 283.22% since January 1st. When the coin achieved an all-time high of $3.84 in January 2018, it became the most valuable cryptocurrency in the world. What is the source of the movement? Even while the majority of global currencies were trading in the red, XRP was deemed to be increasing in worth. During the time of publishing, the global cryptocurrency market capitalization was $2.19 trillion, representing a fall of 2.07% from the previous day. The cryptocurrency XRP was one of the most talked about topics on Twitter at the time of publishing. A total of 1,221 tweets were made in reaction to the article, according to CoinTrends data. Cryptocurrencies Bitcoin, BTC, and Ethereum, ETH, were the most often mentioned, with 8,761 and 3,784 mentions, respectively. Don't make the big mistake of missing out on the bull run now. XRP was one of the most actively traded cryptocurrencies at the time of publishing, according to a list maintained by StockTwits, and it was among the top 10 most actively traded cryptocurrencies in the world. A partnership between Ripple and the Republic of Palau, a small island nation in the Western Pacific, was announced on Sunday. The two countries will work together on a project to investigate the nation's first digital currency and potential applications for it, which will be powered by the XRP Ledger, XRPL. The first phase of the partnership will focus on a cross-border payment strategy and exploring options to create a national digital currency, providing the citizens of Palau with greater financial access, said Sarangel Whips Jr., the president of Palau. By the way, do you think this could be a turnaround point for XRP? Let us know in the comment section down below. Unfortunately, there is also some unpleasant news to share with you. It is conceivable that the SEC versus Ripple action will serve as a model for future regulatory enforcement operations and court judgments in the United States of America. Ripple Labs and individual defendants Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse have filed motions with the court, which is presided over by Magistrates Sarah Net Byrne and Annalisa Torres, as part of their efforts to demonstrate to the court that the SEC has failed to prove fair notice in accordance with U.S. securities laws. Ripple Labs and individual defendants Chris Larsen and Brad Garlinghouse have filed motions with the court. There have been a number of rulings made by the Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, over the years that have been criticized as contradictory. Furthermore, the fact that the agency has failed to provide regulatory clarity for market participants may have an influence on the conclusion of a future settlement agreement between the two parties or on the resolution of a future court action. Among people working in the financial services business, it is widely known that 2 of the 5 current SEC commissioners have been stoned, following in the footsteps of SEC Chair Gary Gensler's predecessor. The 2 officials in dispute are Hester Peirce and Elad Roisman, both of whom are women. Elad Roisman, on the other hand, has only lately announced his desire to resign from the Securities and Exchange Commission. Serving the American people as a commissioner and an acting chairman of this agency has been the greatest privilege of my professional life. It has been the utmost honor to work alongside my extraordinary SEC colleagues, who care deeply about investors and our markets. Following Ripple's departure from the SEC, Ripple claimed that SEC Commissioner Hester Peirce will most likely be left to continue on his legacy of fighting against the sex hostility against the digital asset market, which she defined as hostility. Comment, XRP Army, if you believe this won't be a problem. The SEC case, on the other hand, is not only full of bad news. As Raoul Pal, a former head of European hedge fund sales, equities and equity derivatives, recently remarked in an interview, the SEC versus Ripple case makes XRP a particularly enticing investment due to the possible tax savings associated with it. Although the subjects discussed in this interview with Thinking Crypto on YouTube's Thinking Crypto included Bitcoin, BTC, Ethereum, ETH, regulation, the metaverse, NFTs, and macro investing, it was the risk-reward ratio on XRP that stood out as a particular highlight of the conversation for me. Do you agree that this could be decent for Ripple? If yes, then make sure to like this video. A year ago, at the time of the SEC complaints filing, Raoul Pal revealed that he acquired XRP, and that he did so primarily as a result of the litigation. I bought it because A. It has use cases and is being used, and B. The court case is a phenomenal risk-reward. He offered a detailed description of what he considered to be the risk-reward ratio for XRP at the time, 10-to-1. It got heavily discounted in the price, and then I looked at it and thought, well, what's it going to do? Fall 100% from here to zero? But if it gets solved, it's 10 times. And I'm like, well, that's a no-brainer. Why would you not take a 10-to-1 risk-reward that has a catalyst around it? If Raoul Pal had acquired one XRP coin at the time of the lawsuit's filing, the price of one XRP coin would have been between 20 cents and 50 cents, which corresponded to the price range between the 22nd of December 2020 and early April 2021. In light of the ongoing litigation and the assumption that nothing has changed in terms of risk-reward other than the price, Raoul Pal's calculations indicate that the risk-reward ratio at current prices minus 90 cents per XRP unit may still represent a buying opportunity for investors, with his target price for each unit ranging between $2 and $5. Many investors have expressed dissatisfaction with the litigation that has occurred along the way. Despite the fact that there is no sign that a settlement will be reached very soon, magistrates Sarah Net-Byrne and Annalisa Torres have received praise from a wide range of people, including Ripple's CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Judge Net-Byrne has most recently granted both parties the opportunity to re-brief on the deliberative process privilege in the context of the SEC refusal to hand over documents pertaining to the agency's opinions on cryptocurrency such as Bitcoin, Ether, and XRP, among other things, which could be critical to Ripple's fair notice defense in the coming months, according to the company. If Ripple were to triumph in the lawsuit, the firm's attorney, John Deaton, made a contentious statement about the condition of the cryptocurrency market. He stated that only Bitcoin and XRP would be secure if the business were to prevail. What do you think about Ripple's chances against the SEC? And do you think now could be the turnaround point in the SEC case? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.